So we're talking specialty short game shots, and I got my good friend here, Fred from Short Game Gains, and we're gonna talk about a really kind of unique chip shot here. Let me set this up for you, Fred. We got an elevated, short-sided chip where we have a flat, tight lie. We got about 6 yards to work with. So walk me through a little bit, what you're seeing, how you're kind of processing this, and then give me some modifications off your stock chip shots that you're gonna kind of work through in your head to be able to pull this shot off.
Yeah, so the first thing I look for is where do I want to land the ball and how is the green gonna react. So for this shot in particular, the green is kind of even running away from us a little bit, so I have to hit something. If I want to carry it on the green, I have to hit something higher that stops quicker. You can also use the option here to kind of hit something on the fairway or fringe and roll it up there, but that's a little bit more unpredictable. I like to land the ball on the green if I can.
Yeah, and these collars are a little sticky, so again, we always want to try to land it on the green if we can. We got a tight flat lie and we got to elevate it here, so this isn't your typical kind of high flop shot. So give me some things you're thinking through when it comes to setup to help manage this tough little chip shot.
Absolutely. So because of the fact that it's tight, you have to be a little bit careful, right? Because if you bottom out a little bit too much behind the ball, you can easily scull it. So your low point control has to be very good on this type of shot. And the biggest thing I see from amateurs is that when they have to hit a high shot, they tend to get very short and quick, okay? The shorter and quicker you get, the tougher it is to control exactly where that club is bottoming out. So when I hit this shot, first of all, I take a couple of practice swings just to make sure I can control where that club face hit the ground, and I also open up the club slightly, but not too much, because of the fact that then I expose a lot of the bounce, and if the lie is really tight, I can easily bounce that bounce too much in the ground, and I can once again kind of scull it.
So a couple of things I noticed right there: a deliberate making sure you're getting your weight forward, right, to get that, and you're not moving that ball position so far forward that you're then going to struggle to make the correct low point there. Let's set one up here and let's see how we do. Again, we got an elevated chip. We can't really bump it into the hill because it's too steep.
Yeah.
And we're going to try, and we only have about 6 yards to work with once we land on the green. In a shot like this, what are we thinking a good result is?
I mean, if you can hit anything inside, 6-7 feet, that's a good shot.
Yeah, and I agree with that. Not all chips are created equal.
Yeah.
So if you can give yourself inside 8 feet that magical make or miss 50% mark,
yeah,
and we have an opportunity to save par here, I think we're going to like it. So let's see it.
Okay, so ball is just in front of middle. I open up the face a little bit, and then I really focus on where that club is entering the ground and an overall longer and slower tempo. So it's gonna look like almost a slow motion swing, and the ball is gonna pop up more and hopefully have a little spin on it. Let's see if I can do that. That's pretty special there. Look at that.
Yeah, it's really good. And so let's walk through those modifications. You went a little bit open face, but not as much as, say, a true flop shot.
Exactly.
You went just slightly in front of middle, but maybe not as much as you would on, say, a high shot out of the rough.
Yep.
And then you went a little longer and slower.
Yep.
To control that club head speed, not short and quick.
Exactly.
That was really good, and I think we can handle that little shorty there.
I hope so.
I'm here with Fred of Short Game Gains. Fred, I gave you a tough one here. This is a 38 meter for you that play in Europe, 42 yards here in America. We got a little bit of a downslope, tight lie, and again, we got to not only cover the bunker, but we're slightly short-sided on that. We got about 7-8 yards of edge of green to flag to work with. This is a really, really tough one, and what I would call kind of a specialty finesse wedge. Talk me through a little bit of what's going through your head on this one, and how we can help manage to hit a well-executed shot here.
Yeah, so first of all, it's hard to see on the camera, but this is a severe downslope. And with a short-sided pin like this, the first thing you have to make sure of is to not hit it in the bunker. Because if you try to hit a high shot here, you leave it short, most likely the ball would even plug in the lip of the bunker there. So we gotta error long. Okay, that's the first thing. We can't be too brave if it's not, you have to get it up and down to get into a playoff or whatever, or to beat your buddies. But so the miss needs to be long. And then there are a couple of setup adjustments and even swing path adjustments I make to be able to hit a shot consistently off a downhill lie. So if I run you through those, first of all, I want to place the ball, and this might sound a little weird, I want it further up in the stance because I want to have a swing path that's more out to in. The reason to why I want to kind of cut across it, which I don't really recommend for any other type of lie, is because that helps me to get the low point further forward.
Yeah, and so to think about it, if you're on that uneven lie and you're on that downslope, if you normally have that slightly inside, path to your club, that's going to bottom out too early. So in this case, that out to in, I loved how you said that out to in actually helps us to not bottom out too early. So in to kind of help assist that, you went a little bit forward ball position as well.
Exactly. And another thing that I do, which most players have heard, I always try to match the slope with my shoulders. Once again, if we had the left shoulder lower that matches slope, it's also going to help us to swing more left. And so with the ball position further up, the thought of cutting across the ball slightly more and maintaining that left shoulder a little bit lower throughout the motion, if I can do that, I can almost guarantee that I will not bottom out too much behind the golf ball.
Well, and that goes back to we gotta err on the safety of being a little long here, right? Because even if we hit this 25 feet past the hole, we haven't plugged it in the bunker.
Exactly.
So again, the setups you're going with, a little bit more forward ball position to help encourage the over the top or out to in path. You're going to do that a little bit with setup and then a little bit with just thought process, right?
100%. Exactly. Just kind of feeling it. So let's see if I can do it here. And once again, I use my most lofted wedge, 60 degree. I use that for 99% of my shots around the greens. Ball position up, I would say left heel. Feel more left. Get the shoulders steeper. And then try to hit it. Almost try to hit the top of the flag stick. That's my thought process. Like, I don't try to hit it before the flag or anything. I try to hit the flag pretty much on the fly.
So again, that goes back to if you were to miss it, you're going to miss it a little long.
Exactly.
Let's see how we do.
See if I can hit the flag.
Man, you're making this look easy. There was a big first skip, which we expected,
yeah,
right? But because of that cut spin, you actually could see it in the flight of the ball. There was a little bit of that cut spin, and you did that again by a little setup, a little bit of thought process, and then you move that low point a little bit forward to help encourage that as well. It's a heck of a shot from 42 yards or 38 meters.
That's right. Yeah, you might have to come with me and put the camera behind me at every event.